Hi everyone, welcome to the channel dedicated to sharing the profound insights and wisdom of Andromedan contactee Alex Collier. If you're new here, you're in for a journey that expands your mind and consciousness, bringing you closer to understanding the messages from the fifth density Andromedan extraterrestrials. For those returning, we're grateful for your continued support. Before we dive into today's enlightening content, we have a small favor to ask. If you find value in the knowledge shared in this video, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your engagement helps us amplify Alex Collier's message, allowing us to reach a larger audience with these vital messages. We'd also love to hear from you, so please engage with the comments below. Whether it's a question, your thoughts, or even just an emoji for the sake of engagement, every comment counts. We read every single comment, and your feedback is incredibly valuable to us, as it all contributes to our mission of expanding this community. So please don't hesitate to leave your thoughts below. Additionally, if you'd like to support us further, consider giving a super thanks tip by clicking the heart with the $sign. This small gesture allows us to continue bringing you more of Alex's messages, unfiltered and directly from his lifelong experiences with the Andromedans. Today's video includes a compilation of several of the many important questions Alex Collier has received over the past few years, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video.
When disclosure is taking place, we get access to technologies we cannot even imagine. I think it's not for everyone, though. Is it not our responsibility to discover new technologies for ourselves rather than waiting for someone to come and give it to us for free? Where is our responsibility in this?
Okay, that's an excellent point. So let's go with that. If you've been raised in a box this big, and all of a sudden, and this is your thinking, you are trying to solve a problem with the same thinking that created the problem. Now, when someone introduces to you a piece of technology that opens this box this big, that creates a lot of room for dialogue, conversation, imagination, and the ability to look at the problem in an entirely different way, to think about it in an entirely different way. Now, once your box is this big, what's to keep you from thinking and expanding your box? Because now you know you can think differently. You now know you can look at a problem far different than you ever have before, or you were even taught to look at it, and you can expand your box to this, to the point where there is no box. Okay, these are all baby steps. You don't crawl and get up and run. You crawl, you stand, you walk, you fall, you get back up, you walk, and then you walk, then you walk, and then you learn to run. It is no different with your thinking, with consciousness. You know, unless something miraculous happens and all of us are given full consciousness all at once. I don't know how many people could actually handle that, frankly. But, you know, we've been in this box, okay? New technologies will expand our box. It will force us to look at things in a completely different way, to think in a different manner, and that allows us the ability to expand our own box to the point where there is no box. It's a process, okay? It's just a process. And, you know, it was Einstein, who said you can't solve the problems of the world with the same thinking that created it. Well, most people are stuck in that place, okay? And the only way to get them out of that is to show them something that is completely different, that is completely out of their box, okay? That forces them to see things in a different way. Like, you know, for 1,000 years, the Catholic Church said we were the center of the universe. and that we were it. We were the only things here, the only human beings in all that is. Okay, so if you go back 1,000 years and you introduce them to somebody today, there couldn't be a much more extreme difference in the thinking of those two cultures. This is no different. This is no different. You know, you got to remember the whole point about the ETs. It is not about them. It is about us. When we first found alien technology and the bodies, and those few that were alive, that was a paradigm shift for those that were there. That paradigm shift didn't end with just them. Look where we are today as a civilization. We are on the brink of literally enlightening ourselves with the help and guidance of benevolent races. Now remember, they're here just to mentor, to teach, to give us some grounding, some boundaries, and to assist us in moving us in a good, healthy, survivable direction. They're not here to be worshipped. And if they ask to be worshipped, then they need to leave. And we need to tell them to leave. Okay, we don't go back down that road, ever. But that's the whole point, is we have to look at ourselves and the world and the universe in a very different way. This is why quantum physics is so incredible and so enlightening, because what it's proving is that everything we were taught for thousands of years is virtually rubbish. It's absolutely rubbish, you know? And once you go down there and you grasp the whole idea that we are consciousness, that we are pure energy, it is empowering beyond words. Beyond words. And that's what this is all about. Empowering humanity, okay, to take its place with other galactic races. This has to happen. This is going to happen. And we have to embrace it. That's the future of our civilization. Okay? The X-Gen group, generation that we have now, they're the ones who are going to make the most significant change here. And I've talked about this in the past as well.
Please comment on the extreme stasis people are experiencing and the lack of what feels like essential progress in real terms in their current physical plane 3D lives.
The stasis. I'm not exactly sure that I 100% understand your question. Like I said earlier, I'm a little slow. But as far as the lack of progress in people's lives, well, that all depends on the purpose, on the person. What are their goals? Are they, in fact, in touch with their heart? Do they think with their heart? Are they creating what it is that they really want, or do they even know what they want? And even if they 100% know everything that they want, and they're completely in touch with themselves, it doesn't take long for you to realize that you're in a system that's completely rigged against you. So what you have to do then is you have to start working on the outside of this system to create what it is that you want. You literally have to create a new paradigm, one in which you can create what it is that you want and live in a rigged system, in a rigged reality, a reality that was created to enslave us. So the first thing is self-knowledge, is to know what it is that you're in. This holograph, matrix, people call it. Okay? How can you fix something that's so broken it can't be fixed? You can't. You have to throw it away. You have to walk away from it. You have to turn your attention away from it and create what it is that you want. Something that benefits everybody. And that is what's happening. It may not be quick enough for everybody, but hey, this is not about instant gratification, and you're already an eternal being. You are already ageless. You've already lived beyond any reasonable amount of measure of time, okay, where arithmetic doesn't even apply. You got time to figure it out, okay, because you're already beyond time. You got time. There really is no such thing once you leave physicality. There is no such thing as time. So it's really about knowing thyself. It really is about knowing thyself. And that's a tough measure. That can be a very tough road for some people. And not everybody's going to make it. You know, many people are going to have to start over somewhere else where the system isn't rigged. Okay? I don't know what that looks like. I don't know how that's going to happen. That is not my focus, you know, at the moment. So my focus is tomorrow, today, and creating what it is that I want and finding that balance and staying in that balance.
In a previous webinar, you mentioned that, amongst others, 3D Arcturians will be the ones to first make contact for mentorship. Are they already in our solar system? If so, are they helping with neutralizing nuclear weapons, AI, etc.? I ask because I resonate with Arcturians.
Yes, they are here. Yes, they are assisting. I don't know if they are specifically dealing with the weapon systems that you just mentioned. The Pleiadians are very adept at that. They know all about nuclear weapons. Having been there, done that, there are also other groups that are here who have been here, done that, including some benevolent groups from Botes who have been here and done that. There's also benevolent factions of the Anunnaki, the Nibiruans, who are very familiar with nuclear weapons, having been here, done that on Earth in our ancient past. So, yes, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. And I know it's going to be okay. I know in the end, everything will be brought to balance. I don't know if we will recognize Earth at that point. But all of this needs to happen. That which doesn't work has to be let go of. And that which does work, we have to embrace. The challenge for us is to accept change, know that we have to let go of old belief systems and dogma that doesn't really work, and embrace something that's new. And that's the challenge, is having faith and moving into a place of hope that what is introduced to us is better in the long run for humanity. If it's not making us more free, then you know right off the bat it has to go. We have to let it go. The only way for humanity to move forward is with more freedom, more liberty, more sovereignty. Enslaving anything never makes it better, ever. Okay, even the dark side. They're never going to become better imprisoning and enslaving themselves to others or others to them. They just don't freaking get it. Okay, and I don't know that they're going to get it. Right? But it's time for us to move on, and they can be by themselves. They can create their own hell. We don't have to live in it. We don't have to choose it, and we damn sure don't need to be imprisoned in it.
What do you think of the law of attraction? Much love from Sonia from East Sussex.
Ask the question again, you cut out.
The law of attraction. What do you think of the law of attraction?
I think it works. I think it works in conjunction with your belief in yourself and your own ability to create your reality. If you do research on quantum physics, specifically the creation of DNA and a gravity wave, they now know for a fact, that consciousness creates a gravity wave. When you come up with an idea or an intention, you create a gravity wave. That gravity wave then draws to it the physical form that you're trying to create. Specifically, it begins in many cases with a DNA strand. If you have that ability, you can do anything, literally anything. But you have to know that. You have to believe in yourself. And, that belief in yourself comes from a place, that isn't ego, it's soul. You have to know deep inside yourself who you are and what you're capable of. You have to believe in you. Because that's who you are. You're here, okay? You can't be anybody else but yourself. Because, to be anybody else, they're already taken. You have to be you. You're the only one who isn't taken. You have to be yourself. And you have to you got to believe. You got to believe in yourself.
This is a really good question. Who will ask the bad ET? Well, who will ask the ETs to leave? You said a lot of these ET in bases. Who's the ones who's going to say?
Okay, this is already happening. But which specifically, which groups? I'm not calling them councils because they're not councils. But out of the different ET groups that are here, they have paired themselves off into 3 very specific groups. One deals specifically with technology. That's their forte. Another group specifically deals with environmental technology. There are issues with the planets, okay, the ecosystem. That's their forte. And then there's the political, although that's not really the right word, but that's the only word I know to use, the political and spiritual group who are part of councils and who negotiate treaties and negotiate conflicts between other star systems whenever they do occur or come up. Trade agreements, things of that nature, they handle those type of things. That's the group. technology would be A, the environmental would be C, the B group, okay, the B group, the big bosses, they are the group who have in fact sent people here to talk to these groups and have basically told them this is what it is. This is what it is, and this is the group where previous agreements had been made and then they were reneged on by the reptilians and some of the hardcore Orion groups that are here, some of the Anunnaki, the Nephilim. After an agreement had been made to leave and they were going to be given passage, they reneged, the groups here on the earth. That's the group that is essentially telling them what is, okay, and what for. And they are backed by at least 17 other star systems that have pledged to use force if necessary. Now, it's important to note that the reason it isn't more than 17 star nations, it's because these 17 specific star nations have history with this group that's here now and has been here for several thousands of years. They have direct history with this group. And they wanted to participate in flushing the toilet, in cleaning the pipes, so to speak, rotor-rooter time, okay? That's who's assisting our Starfleet in eradicating the rats, okay? That's what it is. And I know somebody's going to ask me for the names. I have to ask if I'm allowed to do that, okay? You'll recognize most of them, though. At least 5 right off the bat you'll recognize. Okay, they're no strangers to Earth or Earth history. But the others I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about. It's all good. It's all good. It is.
That sounds very good. Is this the 22 races that were bothered by the reptilians? And how's that other group doing? We were like 21 out of 22. How's that other group?
You mean the other star nation, the other groups that have been freed? Is that your question?
Yes.
Good. I don't know.
Yes.
I honestly don't know. I haven't asked the question, and I will ask the question about the other 21 groups. How are they doing? You know, I'm so focused on us. You know, I'm just so focused on us. But I will ask that question, and I apologize for not knowing. But you know, I don't know everything. My fuzzy head would explode if I did.
The CERN Hadron Collider still operative and usable by regressive entities. Can they currently go to the 4th, 5th?
No. I'm sure they're playing games with it, but they're not really getting anywhere with it. What's interesting is that under Los Alamos Laboratory, they built something very, very similar to it, but they're calling it a gate, a Stargate. And we have our own Hadron Collider being built in absolute nowhere, Canada. And I know China is building 2 Hadron Colliders of their own. So I'm not sure where all this is going. And I'm not sure what they're their true motivation is in doing this, I don't know. But I know that's what's going on. I know for a fact China's building two. I know for the fact that we're building one in Nowhere, Canada. And I know about the Stargate in Los Alamos. But they're not able to go anywhere with it, okay? They may fire it up, they may turn it on, and they may get to a certain point, and then nothing happens. It just sits there at that same point. Or it turns itself off, and then they have to reboot it. And they'll do it, they'll get to that same point, and then it turns itself off. Okay? That's what's going on. I mean, they're clearly being given boundaries. But they're just not listening. They're not listening. And it could be that they're just being pressured by the cabal, the Illuminati, the regressive ETs to keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And if they don't do it, they'll be terminated and somebody will be there to replace them who will keep doing it, okay? You got to remember that this group is completely cornered here. They are completely cornered. And, you know, they haven't had to answer. Some of them have never had to answer for what they've done to other evolving star nations. The hurt that they have put on other civilizations, the physical and psychic damage that they've caused to these star nations, these other evolving planetary systems and races, not all of them are human, has been profound, and they've never had to answer for it. But now they're sort of cornered here, and they're freaking out a bit because, you know, it's slowly seeping in, you know, how screwed they are. Okay, how screwed they are. And, you know, as it gets closer to that moment where the hammer absolutely drops on them, you know, they're going to be skitzing out a little bit. They definitely are. And they're going to lash out at the slaves because they're not doing enough to protect their slave masters. Go figure, right? So it's a tough spot for many of those scientists. I feel for them. But for those of them who knew what they were getting into and they did it for the paycheck, well, you're on your own. You know, you're on your own.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found it insightful, please like the video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on future updates. If you have any questions relating to today's video, please also leave them below. We read all the comments and take on board what our viewers have to say about Alex Collier's work. Remember, your support helps Alex Collier's knowledge and the messages from the Andromedans reach more people. If you'd like to support the channel even more, you can give us a super thanks tip by clicking the heart icon with a $sign. It really helps our team bring you more content. Also, be sure to visit alexcollier.org to sign up for our regular email newsletter. It's the best way to stay updated with the latest news, exclusive content, and upcoming live webinars. For the latest insights from Alex Collier, check out alexcollier.live. And if you want to explore over 250 past webinars, head over to alexcollier.tv. Thank you for being a part of this journey and supporting Alex Collier's work. We couldn't do this without you, and we're genuinely grateful for your support. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the vast mysteries of our universe. If you would like to see the Andromedan contactee Alex Collier live via video stream, we hold a live online seminar every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information on upcoming live webinars, please visit alexcollier.org.